Hey everybody, Andrew back here with another video. I don't know, I was just wearing my headset and everything sounded super loud, so I'm guessing that it is probably super loud, especially if you're listening at high volume. I'm going to try and talk extra loud. You guys can just turn the volume down on your device so that you can not, hear all the background static and still hear me talk. Hopefully that's how it works, but today I have a really cool topic for you guys. I'm going to let you guys in on something that really not a lot of people know. Some people might be like somewhat aware of it, but they don't know how to actually make use of it. And so what today's topic is basically, one, the subconscious mind, two, what the subconscious mind does, and three, how to actually use the subconscious mind, use your own subconscious mind for your own benefit. Okay, so to get started, like when you I don't know the perfect way to put this, but just like when you know something but you forget it, like, I'm sure there's lots of stuff that you were taught like back in middle school or back in elementary school that like but you kind of forgot it, like it became something that was like second nature, but then over time it was something that you didn't use, and so you just ended up completely forgetting it at the end of the day. Like, if anybody, a good example is if any of you guys learned like the capitals of the country, I bet if somebody ran like an actual statistics check on how many people who knew all 50 capitals at one point in their life and then still remembered them by the time they graduated or by the time they're like 22, 23, 24, I'm sure that it wouldn't really be a lot of people. So I guess the way to put it, sorry, I'm just playing with my shoe trying to take it off. I guess the way to put it is that a lot of the information that we take in, we don't completely retain, or even if we do completely retain it over a period of time in which it's not used, then it can just be forgotten. And so the interesting thing is that it's forgotten, but it's not completely forgotten. It's not forgotten by your subconscious mind. So in the same way that if you ever pick up a trait or learn how to play a game or, get really good at a skill, but then over a certain period of time, you kind of fall off, you get worse because you don't participate in it. That's kind of how memory works. Is that you can forget things that you take in, but the crazy thing about it is that because your subconscious mind still has that information, it's easier for somebody to come back to that video game, come back to that skill trait, and get to back where they were at very quick. So if it took you say 2 years to get really good at painting, and then you quit painting for 5 years, and then you came back, it would probably only take you all of like 2 weeks of like a lot of work, or maybe 2 months of just like on and off kind of effort in order to get that whole 2 years of skill back. And so the lesson to be learned is that everything that happens in your life is picked up by your subconscious mind. No matter how small the detail is, it's still something that your subconscious mind has. And so then there's ways that you can kind of tune into your subconscious mind and draw that information back out of it, in the same way you would with a video game or like a trait. Like I was just using painting, right? So if you come back to painting after a long time, then it's really easy to kind of get that skill back. All you have to do is paint, and then you're going to start having some of the same thought processes firing off, and you're like, oh, okay, so this is how I did that back in the day, and so I can try that, but maybe I'm going to add a little twist to it so it's a little different, or something like that. So it's easier to explain with like a craft, but with something something else that your subconscious mind retains, it's really hard to kind of get that information back because you don't really know where to start from. For example, like with learning your countries or something like that, that's simple, right? All you have to do is go back and relearn your capitals of your cities or your states, and that's gonna be simple. But like, I'm trying to think what, like, another thing that your subconscious mind takes in is like the tones that people use. Like, it takes in body language, and it takes in the noises that are around you. And so certain noises, are automatically connected to certain things happening because your subconscious mind kind of took that information in. And so the cool thing is that a lot of information, your subconscious mind, like I said at the beginning of the video, turns into muscle memory, and it's something that is just always active and always working, and it's not really ever forgotten. So those are kind of the two different parts of the subconscious mind, is that some things it retains and uses every day, and some things it retains and kind of just hides on the back burner. And if you want to move those things onto the front and use as muscle memory, I'm pretty sure that's something that's possible, but I don't know. I would have to probably live another 10 years in order to tell you guys too much about that. But anyways, so that's kind of what the subconscious mind is, right? What it does, what it consists of, what information is stored inside of it, and kind of how you're able to tune into it. But to finish this off, I just want to tell you guys how I personally take advantage of my subconscious mind. I hope most of you guys have heard of the rapper Eminem. One thing that he did is he just read every single word in the dictionary. He just read all these words in the dictionary, and he just filled his mind with them. And even though he forgot them, his subconscious mind remembered them, and therefore when he's writing his songs, that part of his mind is able to kind of, it has that information there. And so sometimes those lyrics that no one else would ever use because they've never just read a whole dictionary, show up in his songs. And so that, I don't know if he did that on purpose or consciously or unconsciously or what, but it pretty much created the person that he is, because there's only so much time in a day, right? You only got 24 hours in a day, 8 hours you gotta sleep, so you got 16 hours left. And with that 16 hours, you can only do so much. But if you remember that your subconscious mind is also taking in information in bits and pieces and trying to piece together a puzzle for you to kind of fully grasp later on, you can take advantage of that part, and then no longer are you confined to that 16 hours of the day because you're planning for 10 years in the future to make something else happen. So, I don't know. To be aware of how to use your subconscious mind and how to actually, get the benefits of using it, it also removes a lot of stress off your shoulders, because like my personal problem is I always feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like I could be doing a lot more, right? But it helps me a lot in that situation to know that everything that I am learning, it's building into something else in the future. Every single song I listen to, every single, car horn that I hear, it adds to my understanding of what's going on in this world. And so I can then use all of those things later on for videos, for songs, for whatever, And, yeah, I don't know. I kind of lost my train of thought there, but I'm pretty sure you guys get the purpose, or at least got kind of what I was trying to say, hopefully. But if not, the first 10 minutes, however long this video is, the first 90% of this video was just loaded, packed full with information. So, I'm definitely going to keep it. I'm definitely going to upload it. And so I hope that you guys are able to use this information to your benefit. And, yeah, I don't know, any questions you have, as always, feel free to leave them in the comments. And anybody you think who would benefit, anybody who you think would benefit from hearing this, please feel free to share it with them. And I don't know, that's pretty much it, guys. So thank you a lot for watching. I appreciate it a lot. Your support means a lot to me. I don't know if you guys have heard any of my videos that I've said this, but I just got to keep saying it because it's nothing but the truth. Is that, every single one of you guys who actually listens and takes in this information, you kind of become like part of my plague. I'm like the cell that infected you guys with this kind of seed of information, and then now that you have that seed, you guys can go about spreading my plague with me. So, I appreciate any of you guys who are here in the first place, and any of you guys who use this information or take it into your own hands to, share it with other people, because, it's very beneficial information, at least in my opinion. That's everything, guys. Thank you a lot for watching for the second time, and I hope you guys have a great afternoon, great evening, great night, great morning, whatever it may be, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.